Dang.
Welcome back, bro. Well, we in this bitch together, so welcome us both back.
Right. Yeah. Dang. It's a surreal moment. You feel me?
It is
We
surreal.
doing it. Something we talked about for a while, and glad we doing it.
Glad we doing it. Right. As you can see, that picture is probably like what about since that was COVID, 2020,
Had to
like
be
April.
2 years, bro. 2 years.
Fuck.
Well, going on 2 years. It's about to be 2 years.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro. Safe Route Podcast. I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory to us, but I guess we got to explain it to everybody else at home. This is our journey, our route, how we feel like we can stay safe. For those who don't know, if you're just tuning in, staying safe. SAFE stands for Stay Afloat. Life has a lot of obstacles, a lot of journeys, a lot of trials and tribulations, but our goal is to keep our head up, and in doing so, our head's above the water and we're alive. So encompassing that, we kind of started with a clothing brand, but we realized we had more to give, more knowledge to share, so the podcast kind of seemed like the best way to go. You can elaborate if you feel like, the same way. But yeah, this was a long time coming, definitely something needed.
It's crazy. Like I would say, probably like 6 years ago, me and Zeke, we were cool on a track team together. But 6 years ago, it was me, him, and Adam on the back of the bus coming from a track meet, and that was when we knew, like, yo, we were on a whole different level that we never even understood that we were on. And then after that, me and him went to college together at Allen University, and we would be in the room just arguing for like 3 hours straight. And then we would call somebody and be like, yo, am I tripping? And it could be about aliens, religion, it could be about music, bro, everything. So then me and him ended up coming up with Safe Clothing and realized, like, bro, Safe Clothing is a good idea, but it's so much capital that goes into it that we just really don't have. And he's like, you know what? Might as well use our brains and our mouths.
Well, we already got so
as a safe route.
And I think this was the safest route, bro. Like you said, bro, it's for years. Like we sat there, we kind of knew we had the potential, the talent. Excuse the sounds in the background, but yeah, we knew we had the talent, and we feel like this was the perfect time to share it, the perfect way to share it. Yeah, let's get it started.
Let's get it started, bro. So a lot has happened in the past 2 years. Globally, economically. Obviously, it's been 2 years now. We're still in the freaking global pandemic. We don't have masks on right now because we're in the room. Shout out to Richland Library for giving us the room.
The best setup you could ask for this. Never always realize your community can always give something to you. Never forget that. Your community, especially if they're ones that care about your people, they always gonna give back and help. So shout out to them.
Shout out to them. So never make an excuse. Always find a way. Always find a way.
Always find a way. So yeah, like you said, it's a lot been going on for the last 2 years. I guess we can kind of start with we kind of talked about where we've been, but where Safe has been, the kind of journey we've been on with this, kind of like elaborate for people. Like we said, we started as a clothing brand, kind of came with, I guess, we just wanted to, in our minds, I feel like we just wanted to design something that was different, something that encompassed what our brand was, but we always knew it would go farther than kind of the shirts, the shorts kind of thing. We did pretty good with that for a while, but had a few photo shoots, definitely some dope stuff, dope content that we took. Ran an Instagram for a while, which we still have, but we're running that pretty heavily for a while, which led into some little things that we were working on, like a YouTube that we had prior to this. We were doing videos, which led us into the podcast now and the platform we're going to use. So yeah, it's been a great journey. I know we kind of want to talk about some different things, but I just had to sit here and really this is our first podcast, and it's kind of like a surreal moment. Like, it's just crazy. Like we knew we could do it. It's harder to explain than that.
It just took time.
It just took
effort,
time, and sitting down and saying like, this is what I want out of the work that I'm putting in. This is what I want to see. Like we put in hours, a lot of time into what we've made, and and we want to continue to do that. Like we said, we took a little time off. I feel like that was just because different places, doing different things, which is good, which is life, which is what it's about. Like I've always been a person that says like, you should, as a friend or as a business partner, anybody, you should never be upset when somebody else is growing and making other moves and setting things up. That's a part of the journey. Like that's why I feel like in seeing that with us, like seeing us kind of like have to do our own things, I saw the route. You feel me?
Exactly.
And that let us sit down and be like, okay, well maybe we need to do something a little different, which is, again, nothing wrong with that. So
nothing wrong at all. I think people looking in, they probably was like, you know, are they just done? And I ain't gonna lie to you, like even when we went to camp, like people kept asking us, yo, safe, where's safe? Can I get a shirt? Da, da, da. And it kind of felt bad, like damn, you don't have them right now. But you also looking in, it's just like, oh, they quit. No, we ain't quit. We just taking time for ourselves. Like he's 22, I'm 23 now. Like we still have other things going on. We can't just focus on one thing, which would be amazing to do. We just don't have that luxury to do, you know.
Right.
So we just had to find a different way, like. And then coming off of this, like once we got our support, people want to hear what we have to say, and then all of a sudden, hopefully we have toes coming back. You know, like bring up the OG shirts in the background, like bring them back, start selling those, and it's just up to you guys to just keep believing in us, keep supporting us, and we're gonna keep supporting ourselves and giving ourselves as well.
Right. Definitely appreciate all the support we've gotten so far. Like you said, like people are asking, like, are we done? Like, are we still making clothes? Like, people like avidly would like reach out to me. I'm like, yeah, like we're not done. Like you said, it just takes time. We had to figure out where we were, like where we were going. Like, just keep working. So I think I had some questions that we kind of go through, just talking about where we are, where we're going. But yeah, it's life. It's what we want to talk about.
Life, bro. Now we want to bring in like a whole different aspect. Like it's like I feel like as not only as black men, but as young black men who live in America who are trying to find their way. And just I don't know, like the podcasts that I've seen so far, they come with like a different point of view. Like they're more of like a pop culture kind of thing.
Right.
And we might have a pop culture kind of thing come in there, but we're still educated. So we're gonna actually bring that little bit of spice to it, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, a lot of our conversations that we had branched from everything, like different topics, like you said, from aliens, religion. Like we see a lot of things, you know, different ways, and I think that's always been like our dynamic for, you know, as far as our conversations, which has been great. We always brought two different perspectives, but like we talked about earlier, like your life is just a sum of your experiences, and nobody lives the same life. So being able to have somebody contrast to your opinions, talk about it, that's something good to have. Always have somebody like that around you. And yeah, we're gonna bring you guys some real topics, some real information, some things you may not be used to talking about, or at this age you may not see it or think about it. But I want people to know that there's young black men especially that are aware of these topics and talk about these things and have real conversations. So yeah, I'm kind of bringing this up.
And so bringing it off of that, like since you know safe route or safe world, stay afloat, somewhat like a motivational brand, you know.
Right.
People like, you know, find your way to stay alive and stay afloat. So coming off of that, like he just said, like your experiences, you know, that's how you're gonna find your way. So in terms of like motivation, right? Like as people, I can't tell you what I did to help you. I can't tell you, oh yeah, I did you, so you can too. Because I don't know. As a matter of fact, I asked Roy one day, right? He's like, yeah, yo, he's looking at some rapper, like, yo, I wish I was living that life. I was like, yo, if you could live that life for like a day, right? But you have to go through all the traumatic experiences that person had to go through. Would you do it?
That's tough. So the rapper you chose, you had to go through everything that they kind of experienced.
Everything.
And that's on your mental. I couldn't, bro. And it's not for the fact that like I wouldn't want to live that lifestyle, but you got, like we said, like it's experiences. Like who knows what they went through to get to that point. And a lot of people ignore that when it comes to like seeing somebody on that scale, whether it be actors, musicians, whatever. Like they think, oh, it's cut and dry. Like the day they became famous, like it was just like a snap and like nothing in between or before that happened. But yes, it's not. I don't think I ever want to live somebody else's life.
Could you imagine, like for instance, Rio the Young OG. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about, but I don't know his life like that.
Bro, I don't really know either, but like, for me personally, when I see like rappers and the amount of drugs that they use,
oh, that's ridiculous.
Bruh, like you can only imagine like what goes through their head day to day from use that many drugs.
Bro, just to pivot off that caveat, so Gunna new album, he dropped a song called Living Wild, and like first 2 bars of the song he's talking about like, went to the doctor, I might need another liver, like, and you sit there and be like, dang, like, do you think these things that they're doing like affects them like that much? Obviously they do, but you don't ever really think like, dang, the amount of drugs they're taking to just even probably come up with some of the stuff they even talking about. And then it went into another part. It was like the doctor don't care how much money I got. Like, I gotta be admitted, like, money don't save you from like the effects of the life you've lived and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think I could do it, bro. What about you?
I don't know, bro. Like, honestly, as I see people like that have lived, right, rich or poor, it doesn't matter who you are, you're gonna go through different shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, like what I've been through, and I see other people go through, I'm happy where I am right now. I might not have the nicest car, I might have that nice house at 23, but I can see myself growing as a person. And for me personally, to be at peace is more important than to be wealthy.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That is wealth. Like, being able to like go home and be happy with like who you are, where you are, what you have. Like, things will never make you more of a person. Things will never make you happier. Like, I feel like a lot of people get that misconstrued over just how things are portrayed in this world now. Like, media makes a very big influence on, especially people our age group. But I ain't never looked for that. You feel me? Like, you should be okay with where you are. Like, your life is yours. Like, it's your experience. Like, look at the grand scheme of things. I always think about this. Most people don't realize how many positive things have happened in their life. And I try not to compare my life to others, but I use it as a mechanism of like gauging, like, a lot of people go through the same things or worse things than you on a scale to scale basis. Like, it's crazy. Like, you're blessed to be in the position you are, especially if you got your health, you got family. You not, you know what I'm saying, struggling compared to a lot of people out there. So
exactly. You got some questions? What, my bad? I got no time.
I think I got him. Yeah.
It's over with.
Over with, bro. It's only up from here.
It's only the first episode, and we already dropping gems on
Gems,
y'all,
bro. We gonna cut these up, kind of, you know what I'm saying. Drop y'all with some little videos. Just, are they talking about that? Yes.
Yes. And then if you want us to talk about something else, like you want to answer our opinion about certain things, please don't hesitate to give us.
We will literally answer any questions, talk about any topic.
Yes.
We keep it real. It was just some simple stuff that I went in, but we kind of hit some of the points. How did we get into podcasting? I can kind of elaborate on that a little bit. So, podcasting, I feel like for the longest, I've watched a lot of podcasts, and kind of like you said, it seemed more like a, what was the word you used? You said
it's like pop culture.
More of a pop culture kind of thing, and not necessarily like sharing information, having real conversation. So I feel like that's something that I wanted to show with this. Something we wanted to show with this is a big one. So this is kind of a big question, but I guess we'll kind of like break it down how we want to. Like, what is life? Like, really, like, what is it? Like, to say, I guess, kind of like bring it into something, kind of like we talked about. So some of our experiences, no two people's realities are the same. So, what is real? And what is life? Kind of thing. It's a heavy question. I feel like we answer it to ourselves personally, but we don't ever like talk about it out loud. Like, like, what is it? Like, is it getting up and going to work every day? Is it, trying to find your passion? Is that like what do you think? What do you think the goal in life is?
I think for life, and I feel like humans at this point now, they're forgetting that we're actually we're animals, bro.
Right.
All life is survival. And I feel like people are now becoming more materialistic, and since we're like a very emotional human being, we're trying to find things that actually take us away from what life really is, right? Like we talked about like drugs, right? Buying new cars, stuff like that. So I talked to my sister yesterday. I told her like, bro, at the same time, a crackhead on the street and Jeff Bezos, no matter who they are, right? They're gonna go through the same. They're gonna go through the same dopamine experiences, right? That homeless man on the street getting his first meal of the day gonna feel like Jeff Bezos making his first $1 billion. Wow. It's gonna have the same exact experiences. It's all survival, bro. This all at that point then is that person is surviving in their own way. You feel me? That makes them feel more comfortable with what they are. If they just want to do crap all day, let them do crap. It ain't got nothing to do with you.
That's heavy. I never thought about it, but that's true. Like it really is like survival at its point. Like we say, if everybody's life's different, you're just trying to find your way to stay alive in any given circumstance. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I do kind of want to stay on this question, but has something that I feel like we could really talk about right now. So, our vision and direction, where we expect to go. Yeah.
I don't know. After like remember that time we did that food drive for homeless?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's probably like one of like the days that I felt like I was doing what I needed to do. You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like our job now is to help others, view life for themselves and not look at everybody else's life as a pedestal,
And compare, and I feel like that's definitely big because definitely over the past couple months, like I've been taking like time away from like social media, trying to like stop comparing so much to where other people are, especially like our age, like where we are, where we're trying to go. And you bringing that up did kind of make me think. Like I still remember like when we posted about that and just saying like, not even when we did the food drive, but after, I don't know if you remember, we went to the men's shelter in Charlotte, and we didn't have too much. I mean, we had a little food, water. I think we ended up getting from Bree like some combs. Shout out Design with Bree, DWB Customs, makes great stuff. Check her out. But yeah, we kind of had that stuff. We were going to them, and they were more excited about the combs and the brushes and toothbrushes, like stuff that like you would think, okay, yeah, we can give them food and water, like that's exactly what they want, like, but to see them kind of like get those things that we take for granted every day, like, yeah, I get to get up and brush my hair, yeah, like no one thinks about that. Yeah, I have the ability to brush my teeth, like other people really like need for those things. So to see that, like that was one of the times where I felt happier than like anytime I've got money. Do you think about it like that? Like I know, like me being able to do that for somebody else, for other people who don't have, like, bro, that's worth more than anything. Like, and I will continue to feel that way, hopefully until I'm gone. Like, money, I don't think money will ever be that important to me. Of course, my dad always told me it's a tool,
yes,
and you need it to survive. But you shouldn't live in the search for money. You shouldn't live in the accumulation of it either. But the direction that I'm feeling like we're kind of going in is we're a global brand. That's what we're gonna be. It's nothing less than that. Just really trying to be the realest versions of ourselves, and allowing other people to feel like they can be that as well. Another big point that kind of leads me to that direction, like this past summer camp, just being able to see other people's experiences and realize that they still have problems, like regardless of, like, and that kind of led me to the money thing, like regardless of how much money you may have or your family has, like you can still have problems. You still get upset when somebody calls you a name, like you still, like all those emotions and feelings are the same regardless of what you have. So you shouldn't be worried about trying to get more money, but to be more of yourself, to be more accepting of yourself at all times. So that's the kind of direction I want to go. I want more people to feel safe being themselves.
Exactly.
Right?
That's deep. Yo, thinking about camp, right? Like, it's interesting, right? Right before camp, you tell me if you felt the same way too, bro. Right before camp, going to camp for the first time ever, there's always this thing of, oh yeah, you silver spoon this, or he got money, he got this, he got that. And once you get to camp, you're like, dang, you might have this, but I have this, right? For instance, it could be that mom, right? That mom that you have every day. Their mom might be at work 24/7. Only get to spend time with their mom, right? Their nanny might have to be there. But us being able to have our mom come home, cook for us, take care of us when we're sick, stuff like that, bro. You take this stuff for granted, bro. Like, you really do. And then now going to camp, leaving camp, I'm like, you know what, bro? Money isn't really everything. Now, mind you, my goal for money, honestly, bro, is to be able to, like, if my mom or dad gets sick, I'm able to, like, okay, look, how much the bill cost? All right, boom, boom, I'm going to take care of that, right? Like you said, like your dad said, it's a tool.
I feel like it's for unforeseen circumstances. Is what money should be for. Money shouldn't be the way you move, how you move. It should be to solve those immediate problems that you need to change. So, yeah, but continue.
Yes, bro. Immediate problems need to change. And, like, those kids there, bro, like, and they show that, like, honestly, wisdom is power, bro. Because seeing a 13-year-old kid tell me, oh yeah, did you look at the Amazon stock today? It went up 4 points today, or I got a stock for my birthday. And at the same time, like we said before, experiences have changed who they are, right? That just because of their dad raised them in a certain way, they have a certain mindset as they get older, right? That person who was raised in the hood, whose parents all they said was, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. That kid's not going to think the same way as somebody's kid who actually found a way to actually, make residual income or make passive income,
Right.
So yeah, bro, that can't really change my whole point of view of life.
Coming back to it, like you said, so since this was my first summer, I did have that kind of thought, but my thought was more of, and it's gonna sound crazy compared to like how the summer actually ended out, but I just kind of felt like, do I have the tools necessary to like kind of handle these kids and handle like, them coming from a different lifestyle? Like, okay, I grew up in a middle class family, like had my parents around like for a lot. They always helped me, make sure I was good, but I didn't also grow up in that everything's a yes kind of thing. Of course, hurt my nose. Of course, couldn't get these certain things. We didn't have the ability to make every trip or get all this done. But going there and saying like, okay, well, I have the tools necessary to handle this, and those kind of like emotions and feelings, and then you get there and you say like, they just need somebody there for them, because like you said, like a lot of them may grow up with a parent who's out 24/7, or works those outrageous hours to provide that lifestyle for them. So they just needed a brother, and that's what I tried to give them, because that's what I always wanted to have. I always wanted to have that older brother figure in my life. So being able to give it to somebody else was a great experience. And then, like you said, kind of changed my mind about the money stuff too, because that doesn't necessarily determine a positive outcome on your life. Like who knows what could happen? Like you said, it's the experiences, not necessarily the money that makes you. So it was big. That was an interesting experience to go through for sure. Yeah, kind of. I guess we can kind of go into, I guess, staying with that.
And also, one thing that I actually enjoy, the feeling of giving somebody food or giving somebody a comb or toothbrush, right. Having those children tell me, you have changed my life, that shit gave me chills. Like, I've seen, when some of my kids, right, when I first met them back in 2018, right. They were coming in, it's like, yo, it's like I'm getting bullied at school. Right. And I would talk to them like, bro, you gotta become a lone wolf, bro. You stop following people around. Seeing them 2 years later, coming back. Now, before I continue, understand this. For me personally, body, figure, that doesn't matter. Okay? No. All that matters is your mind. But seeing them come back and actually take initiative to change who they are and working out every day. Wow, and then telling me like, yo, you've literally changed my life. I wouldn't be where I am now without you. That shit gave me chills, bro. Like, it was an amazing feeling. I want to go back just because of that, just change somebody's life.
Yeah, and that's really why I want to go back. And it's crazy because I kind of got that feeling within that one summer, because just I feel like me being able to get as close to the kids as I did and being able to help them kind of like figure out, just kind of handle some of those problems that they were having in camp. Like you said, like, I guess since I haven't had to see them over years, I didn't get to help them with the stuff back home. But while at camp, like the disagreements they would have or people they didn't get along with, like being able to help them grow out of those situations, and then going to the end of summer and like that last weekend, it's like they're crying to me because like I don't want to leave. Like you helped me so much. Like mean, that's probably one of the greatest feelings I've had, and again, that's why I want to go back. But yeah, like it's like an experience shift, being able to see like where they are, and like kind of think about like where you were at that age. It's like the problems are the same. Like, how can I help them with using my experience, kind of help shape them and move them forward, which was fun. It was an experience for sure.
Downs and lows.
Definitely downs and lows for sure. No matter what you do, like, man, like, again, there's so many stories. It's just like having to deal with like different stuff, just on a day to day too. It's not even, and it'd be crazy because it'd be like it'd be the best days where it's like you think everything's going right, and then it's like boom, something fall out. Somebody's mad at somebody, like somebody's fighting. Like, it's just crazy, like how it comes down. And I feel like that was, I don't know if you felt like this when you were there. It kind of gave me this appreciation for my parents. Kind of like, you never realize until like you get to that point. I feel like it's such a good experience for people who, like, it's gonna sound deep, but like who aren't parents yet, for when you're gonna become a parent, because it's like that experience of living with the kid for that amount of time. I feel like you get to actually build that connection to where you kind of understand like what it means to like make sure they're good, make sure they ate, make sure they get to this place that they gotta go, supporting them for this tournament that they're in. You know what I'm saying? You have that time to kind of experience those things, and then you kind of appreciate like what your parents did and like how your parents did it, because that's how you're gonna act. You're gonna move in the way in which your parents kind of showed you was the right way.
Exactly.
So that was big, like being able to like just be that like super supportive person like that my parents were to me. Kind of was eye opening, and then you realize like when there is a problem, you're like, man, that's crazy, that's annoying, but you're like, you used to do the same thing to your parents, and you see why it's like, why I shouldn't like just go out and eat candy before I go to bed, like, because you won't be able to sleep or stuff like, just simple stuff like that. You kind of look at your parents do. I think that was another big experience.
That's big. But I want to continue. I just want to make sure the phone is still recording, because this shit is fire. Let me do that real quick.
Right.
It's like the first video, bro.
Right.
Oh my God. It's over.
Yeah. It just feels right. You feel me? Like, I feel like this was our kind of thing that we need to do. Just use our voices, talk about things we want to talk about. I want to say it's not easy sitting here and kind of doing this. It's somewhat of an awkward feel to it, but I feel like obviously over time it'll feel more natural. But I kind of want to just say kudos to you with your podcast. That kind of gave me the spark to say like I could even do it, because I knew you could. You have that talent, you have that inept ability. So yeah, definitely your closet address definitely gave me the strength to be able to sit here and do this. So
I appreciate it,
I
bro.
appreciate that.
Well,
for sure.
Zeke, honestly, I'm glad we're here sitting down together. Honestly, like, this is my brothers. We had our differences, bro. For the past 2 years, having a business together, having a business is not the easiest thing, but it's like raising a fucking child.
Raising a child, literally, bro, literally.
And me and Zeke, bro, we had up and downs, and I'm glad that he has come to me. He's like, yo, let's do it. And I was actually if you see my video on Instagram, I should put a smile on my face, because this guy right here, bro, he's probably one of the brightest guys I know, easily, top 5, easy, maybe even top 2. So be sitting here right now talking with him about real stuff is giving me chills right now, bro. You don't even understand. So I'm glad to be here with you right now, bro. Like, I'm excited.
I appreciate that.
Always stay afloat and stay safe.
Afloat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. So like we said, this is just the first of many videos, first of many sit downs, real conversations, and we're gonna keep bringing them to you as much as we can, as much as y'all want to listen, as much as y'all are willing to hear, to take in. Sometimes we may get off topic. It may seem like just a rant, but it's our experience and what we have to share. It's our safe route. So keep tuning in.
And then hopefully you can find yours too.
Right. That's the goal.
That's the motherfucking goal. Deuce, stay float.